my pleasure to introduce a staple of the local Pittsburgh performing arts scene. When this man gets on stage, sometimes you will hear him tell jokes. When this man gets on stage, sometimes you will hear him sing songs. When this man gets on stage, sometimes you will not hear him at all. The occasionally invisible, the often invincible, the always insatiable, Mr. Ian Insect.
Yeah.
I am not likable. I'm not saying that to prove a point. I'm not saying that to provoke pity. I am saying that to prepare you. I am not likable. I am saying that to manage expectations. So let's just move on. Let's not dwell on who regularly goes to grocery stores and when the clerk asks paper or plastic says, no, 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 blood, sweat, and tears. Let's move on. I am not likable. Okay? So let's just leave that in the past. Let's just leave that behind us. But Ian, what do you mean by that? What do you even mean? Not likable? What? I'm surprised. Yeah, I know. I'm not likable because I'm weird. And weird is just a word you use when you don't like something, but don't know exactly why you don't like it. I don't know, he's just weird. He's just a little off. Okay, fine, let's move on. Let's not dwell on, who didn't know the difference between moral and immoral until he was 10 and thought it was just the same as flammable and inflammable. Let's move on. Let's just leave it past. But wait, Ian. How do you know that you're not likable? I don't. It's just something I've come to accept as fact. All the way back to my childhood, just from other people telling me. Back to my parents telling me, don't be weird. Just stop being weird. Okay. All right. I have learned that I am not likable the same way that Catholics have learned that they are blessed. Sorry. Hashtag blessed. Let's not focus on who stumbled drunkenly home and who said to whom, hide the knives. Let's just move on, okay? Okay? But Ian, how did you discover you weren't likable? Well, that's an interesting story. Well, let's talk about it. You see, in high school, when I was 18, I was voted by my senior class peers most unique.
Woo!
No, I know, I get it. You're all unique. Everyone is a special individual, and I truly believe that, but I'm most unique. And at the time, I was thankful for the attention, thankful for the superlative, to be the most anything, to be recognized. But I didn't know what it meant then, and I barely know what it means now. All I know is that my peers in my senior class, some 350 of them, all got together, conferred with each other, and came to the conclusion that, yeah, I don't get it. What's with the glitter? Why is he, what's in the suits? It's high school. Just t-shirt and jeans is fine. That's sort of the standard uniform. And the problem with being weird is when you're weird, you don't know you're weird. You think you're normal, and all the normal people think you're normal. So there's no differentiation between being weird and normal. And then you have the kids in high school who are like, I'm weird because I listen to The Cure. Okay, great, awesome. Fantastic, touched a nerve there. I get it, that's okay. I love you all, you're all very unique. But that's the thing, is I didn't understand. It was just a gentle way of everyone saying, we don't like you and we don't want to hang out with you, but we'll put your picture in your normal place in the yearbook and also in the back pages too. And that yearbook went completely unsigned as well on both the front cover and the back cover. But the problem is that unique means nothing, and I came to learn that later on. You can't get a job being unique. You can't put that on your resume, or if you're really unique, you can't put that on your CV, as the unique people like to call it. There are no scouts, there are no agents patrolling the high schools. What do you got for me, coach? What do you got this year? We got this one kid. Eats his hair. Trichotillomania. That'll play good on the West Coast. What else you got for me? Well, there's this kid, Ian. Just wears glitter every day. And three-piece suits. And does costume changes before lunch period. Sounds like he's starving for attention. That's a first-round draft pick right there. There's nothing, like, if I offered you a drink that's unique, your first thought isn't, that sounds refreshing. Your first thought's, that tastes like piss. Unique doesn't sell. You can't even give unique away. So I grew up being unique and not knowing what that means, being weird and not knowing if that's good or why that's good or it's not good. So it's given me a lot of anxiety, and I think a lot of people suffer from anxiety or deal with it, live with it, whatever. If you don't suffer from it, God bless you, or whatever bless you. It doesn't matter. But a lot of people don't have a way to effectively communicate about anxiety, to discuss it, to define it, to describe it. So I've come up with the eminent, universal way to describe anxiety. You see, having anxiety, get ready for it. Having anxiety is like being a mouse on a spaceship. Right, the explanation part. Okay. Having anxiety is like being a mouse on a spaceship because once you're there, you have no clue where you are, you have no clue why you're there. There are a shit ton of buttons, you have no clue what any of them do, but you can rest assured that at least half of them are the self-destruct button. And that is having anxiety. And I have had to deal with this anxiety throughout my entire life. And guys in their 40s think they have the market cornered on midlife crises. Not if I have anything to say to myself about it while I'm in my life. No. I have no clue when I'm gonna die. I don't know when that's gonna happen, at what age, so every year of my life has been a midlife crisis. Happy birthday to you, and many more. Many more? Fuck! Narrow that shit down! Oh. This is it. This is it. Period. Period is the only punctuation mark that gets that special privilege that you can say it out loud and it's like, oh, that's really emphatic. That means that they're actually saying the period. They mean business. That's a really declarative sentence right there. They're saying it out loud. You can't have, this is it? Question mark? Wait, we knew it was a question from the way his voice, he didn't need to say question mark at all. It's cool. Just, this is it! Exclamation point. Well, now that just raises more questions. What? Are you that what? That's the question it raises. But the one advantage the question mark and the exclamation point have over the period is they travel in groups. They have each other's backs. You want to ask a question? You put one question mark. Cool, good, we know you're asking a question. You want to ask a really inquisitive question? You really want an answer? 3 question marks. It's like having like a Motown girl group finish your sentence. It's fantastic. Same with exclamation points. If you're excited, 1 exclamation point. If you are pissed, excited, and aroused, 3 exclamation points, 1 for each conflicting emotion. And that's a little more like West Side Story. But it's still outdated and irrelevant. Don't worry. You want to make a statement? You want to make it declarative, definitive, end it with a period. But if you put 3 periods at the end of a sentence, no one knows what the fuck's gonna happen next. At all. Now that is not the definition of anxiety right there. Oh, but it's an ellipsis. Ah, yeah, I get it. That's a really pretentious, that's a very pretentious statement. It's an ellipsis. You sound like the kind of person who uses a semicolon in sentences. Oh, it's an ellipsis. It's Greek for meaning to leave out. To leave out. Wow, you sound like the kind of person who uses 3 semicolons in your sentences. This is really fucking pretentious. Ah. Yeah, we're not gonna get pretentious at all. Francis Scott Key. That's right, I'm keeping it relevant. Francis Scott Key. Lawyer, attorney, advocate, patriot, composer, author, lyricist, patriot, and patriot. Without a doubt, goes down in American history as the most impatient man in this country's history. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave? Come on, guys, I stayed up all night writing this bullshit since the dawn's early goddamn light. Are you fucking free and brave yet? Very impatient. Just accept. We were born free. Interestingly enough, 2 Guinness records here for Francis Scott Key. He also goes down in history with the distinction of being the only person in the spoken or written word in the English language to have ever used the word spangled. Is that just like Revolutionary era speak for bedazzled? I don't understand. Hey, Betsy, nice flag. Where are all those stars? Yeah, John Hancock. I don't know if John Hancock was alive. I don't know if he was a Fort McHenry. All I know is that he loved high-fiving as much as he loved signing his name. And it was also a complex procedure. He was actually the progenitor of the DAP. John Hancock. Okay, enough revolutionary commentary. We've moved on, right? We've moved. Some of us have. I don't know. But that is why we sing the Star-Spangled Banner in unison, hands over our hearts at every sporting event. Because there are 2 teams, 2 opposing sides, going to battle, to bloody war, until the end with each other. And that is why we do not sing the Star-Spangled Banner at the beginning of any comedy show. Because nobody's gonna win. Oh, you gotta love it though, you gotta love it. My dad gave me some fantastic advice growing up. Mostly in the form of his hand across my face, but also, interestingly enough, yeah, don't do that. Don't be weird. We got to that callback together, and that's what I like about it, is we did it as a team. And that was the fun part of it, is when I didn't know what I was talking about, but you guys did. That was the most fun part. My dad gave me some advice on love. He was very much like Aesop. It was like living with Aesop, and I realized I could get a lot louder. All too late. Far too late. So we'll keep it at this distance. Which, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, stupid. Sorry. That is 5 seconds of your life that are gone. Gone. Let's just mount those moments of your life along the moose heads here on the wall. You are not getting them back. You can like look at them and oh yeah, that's right. That's when he didn't know how to hold a mic. That was, and he just went on about it for an extended period of time. Really, I mean, like, past what was warranted. Like, it was funny in the moment, and then it got awkward, and then he referenced how awkward it was, and then he kept running with it, and then he started making eye contact, which I was just dreading the whole night. And there it is. There it is. That's a $200 piece. Stuffed, mounted, and preserved with my blood, sweat, and tears. Paper or plastic. Brought it back again! If you're just joining us now, I'm holding a microphone. So my word is law. But my father, whose word was law. Not love, but law. He tried to teach me about love, and I never got it. Where do babies come from? You see, when a man and a woman love each other, whoa, what? What? What are you saying? Okay, so you know what a baby is. Yeah, Dad, I know what a baby is. So, okay, good. You know what a baby is. You know what a man is. Yeah. I own a mirror. You know what a woman is. Yeah, I just said I own a mirror. Okay, let me try this again. When a man and a woman, right there with you, love each other What the fuck are you talking about? So he tried to explain it to me. He's like, love is a lot like lava. And I think he might have just been thinking on his feet here, but he had a point. He had a point. Not only do they sound a lot alike, especially if you go to a Southern Episcopal church, love, but more importantly, both are very dangerous to touch until they have cooled and have no effect on the world around them, and both are great ways to sacrifice virgins. Love, my dad once told me. Love, after he converted, is a lot like a bad analogy that you try to shoehorn into a conversation. The one that I do remember, the one that I remember, just coated like fondant all over my brain. He said, son, love is a lot like a mouse on a spaceship. Because once you've found it, and once you're sure it's real, it's most likely dead. I have had a lot to drink. Not tonight. Not just tonight. But in my adventures with imbibing, I've had a lot of beer. And in those adventures with imbibing a lot of beer, I've had a lot of beer that tastes like piss. And this is not cheap, watered-down piss either. I'm talking about the craft piss. Notes of ammonia, coffee, grapefruit. I said this once, and someone's like, how do you know what piss tastes like? How do you not know what piss tastes like? That is my question that I am just putting right here out in the open tonight. How do you not know what piss tastes like? We've all had an accident. We've all been curious. We've all experimented. Piss is one of the basic 5 tastes. Sweet, bitter, salty, piss, and umami. That is how you understand human experiences, by dividing it into fives. 5 fingers, 5 categories. You got the, let's see, what do we got here? 5 stages of grief. Right? Say them along with me. We all know these very well. Morning, afternoon, evening, night, waking up in a cold sweat after an anxiety attack. What else do we have? Fives. What is there? What's shit? 5, 5 Captain Planet people. Moon, stars, earth, heart, and umami. Pyramids are weird. That's where we're going our separate ways on pyramids. You guys are like, okay, he goes back to the revolutionary times. This is okay. We'll go back that far, but antiquity? No. That's in Africa. We can't go there. Let me try again. Guys, don't get me started on pyramids. Get me started on pyramids, please. I have nothing to do. Pyramids, I'll tell you about pyramids. What the hell? Since when did pyramids become the 3-dimensional symbol for power? Everything with power. You want to bilk someone out of their money? Pyramid scheme. Food pyramid. That's all the food you should eat. Guess what? 5 categories of food. That's right. You know Maslow's hierarchy? Abraham Maslow, hierarchy of human needs, physiological, safety, esteem, something, self-actualization. He's just copying the food pyramid. That's all he was doing. That's it. Physiological needs, it's your grains. It's the base of the pyramid. You escalate a little more. You have your fruits and your vegetables. That's whatever I said before. And the one I forgot was love, I believe. Your psychological needs. You keep going up, you go up, you go up. Your dairy, that's your esteem, your sense of belonging, your encouragement in yourself. Guys, all I'm saying, fats and sugars are self-actualization. Use sparingly. Pyramids are weird. Pyramids are very odd. You see, that's the thing. We don't connect organically with pyramids. All I think is that what happened is in ancient Egypt, the guys that the Egyptians hired to build the pyramids, hey, they probably had a very competitive rate, okay? The guys that the Egyptians hired to finish those pyramids got with each other, conferred, and they were like, "Do you see the pharaoh? What's with all the glitter? I don't know." Here's what I think, guys. I think that each story we could build just a little bit more narrow, a little bit more narrow, and a little bit more narrow, and no one will notice. And no one did. No one ever has until this moment that I exposed that. Look at Pyramid now. It doesn't look like a normal building. Think about it. Pyramids, fucking screw jobs. You know, pyramids aren't even really 3D shapes. Pyramids are 4 codependent triangles that saw a cone, and they're like, yeah, we can do that. We can do that, guys. We can do this. Pyramid isn't even in the top 5 3-dimensional shapes. got a top 5 for you. 3-dimensional shapes. 1, cone, obviously. Cone. 2, sandwich. 3, my ex who used to cheat on me but is now cheating with me on their current partner. 4, fourth best 3D shape, my neighbor's Wi-Fi that they don't have password protected. 5th best 3D shape, umami. And we think we're so advanced. People see pigeons on the street. Ew, pigeons. They're so gross. They're just all we can do is stuff them, mount them on the wall next to our wasted lives. Pigeons, all they do, they just carry disease. People act like the only thing preventing pigeons from germ warfare is the lack of hands and opposable digits. Like there's pigeons out on the street. Did you get the formula? Yeah. Okay, what do we do with it? I don't know, just fly! When people see pigeons, they tell me, they see rats with wings. When I see pigeons, I see a mouse on a spaceship. Thank you so much. Thank you, I really appreciate that. And thank you. And again, happy birthday to Anton. Thank you for letting us. This is a monthly event, and they don't make a ton of money on this. They let us into their house and just hang out with us, and it is a thrill to have such a wonderful crowd here. And we do have a little donation jar on the bar if anyone wants to stop by on your way out and just give a little. It all goes straight to the house, and it actually they actually run a deficit keeping this place in operation. They run tours through this place, and it's so good. If you haven't checked out the house, make sure before you walk out the door, just check it out, take a quick vision. You can always arrange a curated tour with Rachel and Anton here. So one more time for Trundle Manor for hosting this event. And please keep that applause going for your headliner tonight. Easily, without a question in my mind, the funniest comic in Pittsburgh, my absolute 100% favorite, and I say that without hyperbole, without exaggeration. It is. You're not! Now I have to start my entire set again! No! No. Come on in. Absolutely adore this man, both as a human and as a comic. He has toured throughout the country, Midwest. He'd been down to Memphis, so he knows the grind. He knows the hustle. He's been out to L.A. He was a Chicago improviser and stand-up, and he is here for the time being, gracing us with his presence. I'm so excited for our final act of the evening. Please lose your minds and everyone give a hearty woo for Mr. Rob Spear.
Guys, as your headliner, I have the legal right to give you the food from the backstage green room. And I'm exercising that right now. I don't know what these are. And these are chocolate-covered strawberries that are amazing. On the house. Please take some, pass around. I start my shows the way Andy Kaufman ends his. That's my thing. One person reference. That's great.
Last time.
We might dwindle that. I have a very specific reference to make.